Today, we are going to journey back to the earliest days of English literature and explore one of the greatest heroic tales ever written, Beowulf. This ancient epic is considered the oldest surviving masterpiece of English literature. Written in Old English more than 1,000 years ago, the story tells us about bravery, loyalty, monsters, kings, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. At the center of the story stands Beowulf, a fearless warrior whose courage becomes legendary. From battling the terrifying monster Grendel to facing a deadly dragon in his old age, Beowulf's journey is filled with heroism, sacrifice, and glory. So put on your headphones, relax, and travel with me into the mysterious world of warriors, mead halls, and ancient legends. Let us begin the story of Beowulf. Long ago, in the land of Denmark, there ruled a wise king named Hrothgar. He built a magnificent hall called Heorot, where warriors gathered every night to feast, sing songs, and celebrate their victories. The sound of laughter filled the hall. Happiness lived there. But deep in the dark marshes nearby lived a terrible monster named Grendel. Grendel hated joy. Every night, hearing the songs from Heorot, his anger grew stronger. And one dreadful night, he attacked the hall. The monster burst through the doors like a storm. Warriors screamed in terror. Grendel killed many men and disappeared into the darkness before dawn. Night after night, the attacks continued. Fear spread across Denmark. No warrior could defeat the monster. News of this horror finally reached the land of the Geats, where a young warrior named Beowulf lived. Beowulf was famous for his incredible strength. Some said he had the power of 30 men in his arms. When he heard about Grendel, he declared, "I will defeat this monster and free the people of Denmark." With a band of loyal warriors, Beowulf sailed across the sea to help King Hrothgar. The king welcomed him with hope and gratitude. That night, Beowulf waited inside Heorot Hall, determined to face Grendel alone. The hall became silent. Outside, the wind howled through the darkness. Then suddenly, heavy footsteps. Grendel arrived. The monster tore open the hall doors and rushed inside with burning eyes and monstrous strength. But this time, someone was waiting. Beowulf leaped forward and seized Grendel's arm with a grip stronger than iron. For the first time in his life, Grendel felt fear. The hall shook as the two giants struggled violently. Warriors watched in amazement. Finally, with one mighty effort, Beowulf ripped off Grendel's arm. The wounded monster fled into the darkness and soon died in his swamp. Denmark rejoiced. Songs of Beowulf's victory spread everywhere. But peace did not last long. Grendel's mother, a fierce and vengeful creature, came seeking revenge for her son. She attacked the hall and disappeared into a dark, underwater cave. Once again, Beowulf prepared for battle. Armed with courage and a magical sword, he dived into the deadly lake and entered the monster's cave. A terrible fight followed beneath the water. At last, Beowulf struck down Grendel's mother and returned victorious. Years passed. Beowulf became king of the Geats and ruled wisely for many years. But in his old age, a new danger appeared. A fire-breathing dragon guarding a hidden treasure. The dragon burned villages and spread destruction across the kingdom. Though old, Beowulf refused to let his people suffer. He marched to face the dragon one final time. The battle was fierce. Flames filled the air. Most of Beowulf's warriors fled in fear, except for one loyal young warrior named Wiglaf. Together they fought bravely, and at last the dragon was slain. But Beowulf had been mortally wounded. As he lay dying, he looked upon the treasure and said softly, "I fought for my people. This is enough. Soon, the great hero passed away. His people mourned deeply and built a mighty funeral mound beside the sea, so sailors from far away would always remember the name of Beowulf, and thus ended the story of one of the greatest heroes in English literature. Beowulf is more than just a story about monsters and battles. It is a timeless tale